Hi, we're live. How is everybody doing? Continuation from last night. Just wanted to go live to do a couple sessions here, guys. So I'm gonna put I am in the margin so you guys know I am live right now. Um, Not doing any fancy show titles. Yes, I do host a show on here called Celtic Warriors Live. Jokers on Duty, Jokers Corner, guys. It's just a show title. Um, we do a lot of comedy skits, role cosplay theater, that kind of stuff like that, where I role play, cosplay different characters, guys. Not real. Or sometimes I role play movie characters. Again, not real, guys. Just gonna give you guys a good laugh. That kind of thing. That's what I was kind of doing was TikTok was cosplay live performance theater, guys. Again, a one man having to do everything because I don't, like I said, I don't have my mime crew anymore. Like I said, we all went our own ways a long time ago. Um, so it's understandable. Like people, what happens is people do go the different ways. Groups have will split off. And generally, it is normal. We don't always meet up like we used to. When we were teenagers, we used to meet up on the road all the time. No matter where we were going, with our mind makeup, our black and whites, and we used to do everything like that. We used to do live performance like that all the time, with movie soundtracks, everything else like that, with the mind makeup, the black and white outfits, all black outfits. And we used to do a lot of street performance, and a lot of people loved it. Um, that's what I said. It's in now everything is live social media. So when TikTok was going, partially TikTok is still with us, but we don't know what's going to be like in the next 2 days. Hopefully, I can get into my TikTok on my phone. That way, I can save my videos that I've done. Hopefully, I didn't lose them. I've been saving all along, majority of them. Um, but there is a batch that I just did that I want to save anyways. What at least the last of them I did, I need to get in there to get them. So like I said, I need my TikTok back on for so I can grab those videos. Um, so hopefully, my phone comes back to the surface here for a minute. So that way I can get in there and get those videos because I want to keep those videos. Those are classics. I'll tell you. I don't want to lose those because if I lose those, I'll be fucking pissed. Sorry to put it that way because that took, like I said, that there, I put a lot of hard work and time into. And I'm not about to get fucked sorry, literally get fucked around. Totally. Um, Pardon my French on that one. But I think all the other TikTokers would probably feel the same way as I did with all the years of hard work they did on there, and then all of a sudden, here comes blonde ass, rich ass in the states. Oh, we're gonna ban this, we're gonna ban that, um, or we're gonna sue this company. I'm gonna sue that company. Um, we're gonna do away with this. We're gonna do away with that. Um, when people were like, how many billions of people been using TikTok since it started, and it's been a success. Um, it's these people that are banning stuff are just doing it because they're like I said, they probably didn't like what they seen the way some people were on there or whatever, which I kind of don't blame them that end. But the other end of it, they don't realize that they're harming us, positive people that weren't doing any harm. Um, that were just minding our own business, doing our own thing on TikTok. But yeah, um, they've or it could be a thing like they're just so jealous because they don't have talent. Um, or they're jealous because they're getting old. They're getting to their senior years. They're getting old, and they're looking. Their faces are going wrinkly. They got gray hair, and their blonde hair's turning gray. Or they're getting to a point that they're not young anymore. Even some of the politicians that might be my age um, are getting jealous because the fact that they can't understand how I am, 39, almost going to be 40, but yet I still look this young. Um, like I said, I can't help that. This is the way I was born. This is why I wasn't happy with being born the gender I was born. I tell you, because like I said, it's like I was saying last night, my mother, she did not raise me to be a boy. She raised me to be a girl. But fortunately, I kind of felt that I was born in the wrong mold and format, basically, if you want to say it, um, as the wrong gender. Technically, I should have been born as a female, but we're not going to go there too much because that gets into a lot of heavy detail. I don't want to end up breaking confidentiality in some things in some areas or getting into anything very heavy. That's just kind of the brief outlines and stuff like that. Um, and also too, and then another reason why I don't use my again. I also identify under a female name is also because of that, but also because the fact of Masonic exposure as a child, um, and being exposed to paparazziism. Um, so for my own safety, even when it comes down to birthdays, because now with it being internet or social media, everything goes public. Even when it comes down to birthdays and addresses that we have to put register in, we technically, even for security purposes, uh, we do privatize that to only I can see it, so it's not viewable for the public to see for safety reasons. So that way it is it's keeping us ex orange, if you want to orange Masonics, but safe and secure. Totally, because like I said, there is a lot of violent danger that can come our way for no particular reasons. Because like I said, there is still what's going on in Ireland still today is, even though we're in Canada, um, there is anti-terrorist groups that that goes after Orange Masonic people. There is Catholic terrorist groups. There is violent. There is what you call violent cult groups, or Irish Republican Catholic groups that will attack Masonic people. Even Freemasons and Illuminati people get attacked. Um, and in some cases could actually literally get murdered. Um, Again, it's not a thing of anybody taking their own life, nothing like that. It is there is an anti-Masonic hate or groups that have organized that domestically violently come after uh, Masonic people because we're different. And no, not all of us are rich. Not all of us had job trades. There's majority of us that were raised and related uh, to the group, but and grew up in the lodges, through the children's lodges, and then when we came of age, we went to the adult lodges for a couple of years, and then boom, we ended up resigning. And because even though that were nice enough to let me resign, it does not mean that they're not going to try to come after me. This is or these anti It's not our guys that will come after me. It is these other anti what you call our paparazzi groups that have formed that will try to take us out. Um, it's been going on for centuries and nonstop. and has never quit. This is what I'm saying. This is why a lot of our private information when we go is not saying that we're afraid to go live on YouTube or TikTok or whatever. It is our information that we put in, guys. We identify ourselves for different reasons and for security purposes. And like I said, our accounts are all real accounts. We have our reasons why we identify differently. And for security purposes. And that needs to be respected, guys. It doesn't mean that you get on TikTok and start a violent trend and sit there and say, oh, you hate this person because or start calling this person a fake account, that a fake account. You start dirty name calling, you start a bully trend or whatever. You start accusing people of being bullies when we're not bullies. When you don't even know us, you only see us on a television screen that comes through your through your For You page. That is it. You can't really put a label on somebody you've never met. You don't know personally. And then you find out in the long run, you made all these accusations and you came close to blackening somebody's name. And what happens? You find out the person, they get what you call interrogated, and they end up going all through the system process for no reason, and then they find out there's no truth to what these other idiots on social media decide to kind of blab around or spread lies around or false accusations on social media, and you find out that that person is not like what you guys went and said on public live social media. And then what's going to happen is what's going to happen is the law is going to backfire on you guys, and you guys are going to be charged with a very stiff criminal persecution. You're going to be physically charged and arrested for saying shit you shouldn't have said or making false accusations about people that isn't true. That's what they're talking about with people on TikTok spreading false information and talking about people they don't even know, and quickly pointing fingers at people they've never ever met, that are people like me, that are all right type of people, that are innocent bystanders that have not done it for years, been on these apps in good standing. Why? Because we've got acting talent or whatever. You're never too old to be a performer or whatever like that. It is there's too much jealousness, or because people are jealous because they couldn't go live on TikTok because they didn't have 1,000 likes or they didn't have 1,000 followers. So what do? They make up stories because they couldn't go live on TikTok. Sorry to put it that way. Because they're not gaining the followers. They don't have 1,000 followers. And TikTok, when you first join TikTok, no, you're not gonna go live on TikTok within 24 hours. It doesn't happen. You have to have 1,000 followers. And if the people ain't following your videos, it's probably because there's no talent in your videos. It's probably because you're using only one audio over and over again. You're not mixing it up, and plus you're not creating anything new. You're not bringing anything to the table. That's probably why you're not going anywhere. Like I said, things take time. You like that kind of stuff like that. You gotta, you can't. And right now, also too, with TikTok being bad times, being under threat, with the United States threatening the TikTok app itself, there's a lot of there's over how many people are there is on YouTube. There's over almost 1 billion or 1,000 people on TikTok, not everybody on TikTok is going to get the opportunity to go live before the states decides or Trump decides he's going to ban TikTok. He's already said I'm not a Trump supporter or anything else like that. I'm Canadian. I can't be. But he's already threatened TikTok. Again, you can't blame other TikTokers like myself for any of this stuff because I have nothing to do with it. It's a decision. I'm in Canada. I'm not in the States. The United States government decided they're going to threaten TikTok or they're going to threaten ByteDance in China because they are racist towards Chinese people. And you have a racist president towards Chinese cultured people. And because he's got in so much money and power, he's using his power and finances and authority to put stuff out. So technically, if he wanted to put out YouTube, if he wanted to put it out Facebook the same way, he could if he wanted to. He's got all that money. We could go back to the way the 1980s and 90s were, where we had no internet, we had no social media. Everything can go back that way. It is the way our world is. The way our world is operating. A lot of people do not see that. They're just quick to blame other people before looking at where the actual problem is coming from. Your actual issue is coming from both governments, our Canadian government and the American government. Usually starting with the American government. So whatever the American government decides, I'm not trying to get into politics here. Anything that they decide to do or put out with internet, anything to do to put out with internet ads or whatever like that, if they have their reasons why they want to do away with it, they probably have millions and thousands of stories and excuses to put it out. They're going to. And us Canadians can't save it. So by setting, like I said last night, by setting your device to Canada here is not helping you any. Because, like I said, our Canadian government never threatened to do away with TikTok. The reason why we've been still getting it is because half and half the states is out, half and half they're not. Once they fully go out, anything that circulates to Canada circulates from the States. A lot of people do not understand that. So if the States puts any abs out or closes down any abs or shuts off any abs or any social medias, we're just as affected as they are. We will go out. So it has nothing to do with nothing to do with how you set your region on your device. That means shit. That's penniless. So that way you guys have an understanding, because any of our internet program we have in Canada here, we don't own. We channel off the states. Same everything that we have, accessibility we have in Canada. No matter if it's gasoline, hydro, these are all American companies that provide us, that we pay into, that we pay for to get. Our services we actually have to pay for to get. That means it all comes from the States. Nothing comes from Canada. It either comes from China or the States. So whatever the States gets from China, then the States get it. So when the States get it, Canada gets it. So whatever decision, apparently the United States controls the Canadian economy just as they do their own. A lot of people do not understand that. And originally, what a lot of people do not know, okay, this is a hidden secret. Just let you guys know that apparently, according to the biography, Donald Trump is actually the first Canadian to actually sit in presidential in the White House in Washington, D.C., because he has dual citizenship, meaning he is a dual citizen. He was originally, even at birth, he might have came from another country, but he grew up in Canada here. He was raised and grew up in Canada as a Canadian citizen. Then he went. Then he made his millions. He went to the States. Why do you think he's got Trump towers all over the place? He's got them here in Toronto, Ontario. Because that was originally where he grew up. Um, then then he worked again. Because he was a big success with the Celebrity Apprentice and all that. When he had those TV shows, he appeared in Hollywood films or whatever. He for years he saved. For years he probably was, as a kid, he was a money hoarder, and he went and that. And like I said, the guy's been around. The guy's been around the world. I'll tell you. There's a lot in his biography, guys, and there's a lot about him that you guys don't really know or understand. But yeah. Oh. Like I said, so like don't believe. That's why I said don't believe everything you hear on the media, guys, because they don't tell you his full biography. Um, Originally, what his childhood life was like. It was probably started out as worse than ours were. But like I said, over the year, the guy made his. Oh, sorry, brought live now. Um, he's That's what I said. He has made his bucks, or what you call money bucks, if you want to call it that. That's what I said. Never judge a book by its cover, guys. So yeah, I made a mistake in the margin, but that is okay. Basically, I'm live now on YouTube. Sorry, guys. A bit of a stutter. Um, so like I said, guys, this is what I said. If you guys actually watch the biographies or read his bio, you'll be surprised that he holds dual citizenship. And he's one of those type of men that holds dual citizenship. There's a lot of I used my uncle used to know a lot of guys that they used to hang out with that were like that. They were not people that were on any government systems in their whole entire life. They had good paying jobs. They had like on the road type jobs. They were pipe construction fitters. Um, they traveled across the borders for years, and they became citizens of both countries. They're born and raised originally here, but they paid into a dual citizenship. And as long as they got a dual citizenship between both countries, they can either are allowed to have the right to run for prime minister for Canada, or for president of the United States. Because the fact is, as long as they're holding both citizenships, uh, if they hold also two on top of Canadian citizenship, American citizenship, they're considered as being American on top of being Canadian. So they can run for any House of Commons, no matter if it's the White House, President of the United States, or if it is the Prime Minister of Canada. They have that right. And also too, if they're very very religious upbringing as well. That's how politics works. Um, because those guys are big time money makers. They've never sat on welfare or disability in a day in their life. I tell you, uh, they went through college. They went through high school. They went to public school like everybody else did. High school like everybody else did. College, university. They made something on themselves. They took on construction trades. A lot of them, 9% of these guys, too, also, just while we're on this topic, 9% of these guys, they're all Freemasons. They're all Freemason Masonics, Illuminati. Um, part of a Masonic order. Those are the upper, richer people that went into the trades. Like I said, the lodges do have people. They have accepted people under their wing that are that have a disability or been on disability, but they're just not entitled to take into a job trade. They don't have to go into a job trade, but they're still a member of the lodge. But they're not as highly recognized or can't run for certain offices in the lodge like all the rich ones can. But still is still a victim of the rules and regulations and swearing of the oath and everything else like that. And has the rights to go through all the degrees and everything else like that they wish to. It's just the chairmanship. Some are lucky enough to get into the master chairmanship chair or not, but 9/10 of them don't. They only go so far, and then there's they slam what you call into the brick wall. They only go so far through so many degrees, and then they put up a brick wall. They don't want them going any further. They don't want them going any deeper for safety purposes. And for financial protection. Because the deeper you go into it is where you get into the like the heavy job trades and everything else like that. And you get into all the big time religious cults. You get into the heavier secret societies. We're not going to name any on here. You get into the heavy construction jobs or the military jobs or whatever. That you could be what you call that you could qualify for. And that, so they like to protect, especially if it's somebody that's on like assistance, like on Ontario Works, welfare or disability. They only allow them to go so far through the different levels, and then they don't let them go any further. Or sometimes they just don't get in. They don't put them through the job trades under the lodge. Now, if by any chance, if they do offer them that right to go take the job trades, it is the same as what we go through out here. There's a thing called sacrificing stuff. Or being ready to sacrifice yourself financially. So it is, you got to really think about on how deep or how far you really go into it. They're never saying, you can't go any further, but if you choose to go any further on your own choice, you're risking a chance. It's a risk because you're risking a chance you're gonna lose a lot. Especially if you're someone who's on assistance, you even though you're gaining in the near future, you'd be surprised what you're sacrificing. It's you're committing a big sacrifice. That's the danger of. That's why at first they try to stop them from going any further. Like I said, it's it is because they don't want, because once you start sacrificing yourself financially, if by any chance you get so deep into it, and you start becoming a rich millionaire or whatever like that, and something happens that you get so far into the Illuminati, and the Illuminati decides they're going to sue you for some stupid reason, or make up a false accusations or false reasons to sue you, which is the high order of the Freemasons, or take you to triangle court, or literally end your life. You're on your own. Technically, you're dog shit on the side of the road. um, the way a lot of people put it. If they get to the point they really want to harm you bad enough, they will. Um, those are true facts. Those are true endangerments of the order. Um, I'm just grateful I didn't get that far into it. But like I said, even though that I grew up in a order, it can be, and because the fact that I did resign the Owl order, yes, there is a risk of paparazzi persecution physically, coming at me. This is why I said so. You know, this is why I say, guys, always stay safe, be careful. And generally, so there's reasons why, like I even shared before, I wasn't happy with the way I was born, the gender I was born of. For one, because like I said, when I was a kid, my mom raised me to be a girl, not a boy, and I got so used to it, I got so comfortable with it. That's what I've always was supposed to be meant to be, but just born the wrong way, fortunately. But I'm not going to go into that because there's too many hypocritical Christians that sit there and think they can, sit there and uh, think they can dictate and try to cram Bible shit down people's throats, um, or condemn people or judge people, um, or make up some false Bible scripture against somebody who's different. Um, so like I said, just keep that story short, and also like I was sharing too, the other also two other for safety protection as well, um, and for security protection. So that's why I said we locked down private information like birth dates, everything else like that with social media. We never use our real name on here. Never use our real name on here, ever. Or share private personal information like address information on here. Even though we do have to register the real information to open the account, it gives us the option so only we can see it, so only I can see it. Put down only who can see this or who can see that. I only put I lock down only I can see it. Um, so if it comes down to my personal birth date, um, or it comes down to my actual location of address or city or town I live in, all that shit gets locked down. Um, so only I can access that information. So only I can see it. Means it can't be viewable for the public. Um, so it doesn't create Illuminati Nazi party after me. And generally, so but yes, I know they see I know the general public sees our live streams anyways when we're live on YouTube. That is normal because it is social media. But to a lot of people, oh wow, he's on TV. Oh wow, uh, I'm on TV. Um, Even though that my pronouns is no longer considered myself as being a he. I more consider myself as being a she than anything. But at least the way they look at it is, oh, I'm on TV. Indefinitely. Because all they see is in a television YouTube screen. That is it. Even when I go out in public, that kind of stuff like that. And yes, I still have people that try to misgender me too as well. But they just don't understand, what I could be, what my future's looking like. Um, or what that the fact that I'm changing, uh, emotionally inside myself, spiritually, and eventually physically. So like I said, guys, so it's just a matter of time, and also too, like I said, right now with COVID, with the COVID-19 issue and that kind of stuff like that. Right now, there's not much that can be done right now because like I said, it is getting around to make arrangements to make appointments and stuff like that. Can't do it right now because of this COVID-19. Um, a lot of doctors, more so right now, even family doctors, are more worried about the coronavirus than anything. Um, they don't want to take any chances when it comes down to even to what you call transitioning therapy surgeries or whatever like that. Um, they're trying to do things not the new electronic way. They're trying to go back to doing things the old way right now during this COVID-19 stuff, which is 20 times as dangerous, indefinitely. So that is why it is a big. It is what you call a big risk right now with this COVID-19 stuff. I'll tell you, it is a total kick in the ass. Totally. Um, that's why I said that this is a lot of people are beginning to think this is probably more than just a virus um, that's attached to it. A lot of people are thinking or believing maybe it's World War II over again because of how long this has gone on for. Because normally a flu virus or a virus of any kind does not go on this long, um, indefinitely. Um, this is the longest it's ever went on for. Like this is nonsense. So in some ways, some people, like I said, I've sat back and listened to different people's theories, um, on their opinions, or I even while we still partially have TikTok, if hopefully I guess we only have it up till uh, Sunday or Monday. Um, but listening to everybody's views, a lot of people believe that they're beginning to think that it's the government that's planned all this, because all this COVID-19 stuff was predicted back in the 1990s by several big time speakers, even back as up to 2016. Between 2015, 16, 17, and 18. Uh, sorry, not 2016. What the hell? That's ahead of years. We're jumping years, sorry. Um, yes, I was right, because we're in 2020. Sorry, yes, I'm confused. Sorry. Back in 2000, yeah, back in like all the way up to 2009, all the way up to 2019, guys. All this COVID-19 stuff was being predicted. All the way back in the 80s, there's movies made of it. There was TV shows that were predicting it, in imaging and TV shows. Everybody from Bill Gates, everybody was predicting that this was going to happen. Um, so technically, a lot of people believe that this is something that, or a scam, or a hoax. A lot of people believe that this is actually a hoax that the government's pulling, to get people to vote for them or whatever. Um, and all the violent outbreaks or whatever was all set up by the government to get people all pissed off at them, because that's what they always wanted. Um, a lot of people believe it. A lot of people are scared and panicking that it could go into another world war. That our time of freedom and peace is almost over, and history is repeating itself. Um, I hope that is not the case. Like I said, and for years, like people like my grandfather that fought in World War II always said, "Never again." And all this COVID stuff happened in his time in World War II. Um, it was just as bad. Um, but yeah, um, those are just my theories. My theories are just by sitting and listening to other people. Means yes, I actually do watch your videos, guys, and I do sit back and I listen. I may not comment your video, but I do sit back and I listen to what your opinions are on stuff. Especially that one guy on TikTok that lives in Alberta, Canada. I got getting to see him on TikTok getting on there, and every time he gets on there, he starts out with, "Oh, I have effing beef." I like how he starts his TikToks. Definitely on a 60-second TikTok video, or in a 15-second TikTok video. And generally, he's just so comical, guys. Totally. He reminds me of somebody I grew up with. I was in Army Cadets with. Uh, he has that manipulative personality. And he is probably Austrian German as well. Definitely. Because I grew up with a guy that was of that culture. I'll tell you. He's like me, born and raised Canadian, but I'll tell you, he was just because of his ground roots, because of his father. He reminds me of that guy I went to cadets with, I grew up with. I'll tell you. He's got that manipulative personality. He can't start a conversation, or halfway through the conversation end up manipulating the conversation, or somewhere in the conversation is got to put a twist to it, or got something arrogant to say. And doesn't have a care in the world. He is that manipulative. And he's much of that, one of those fast talkers. Can say arrogant stuff, and within 16 seconds, I'll tell you. And you wouldn't realize that he could totally insult you, and you wouldn't know it, and you wouldn't know what hit you. I'll tell you. And then in the outcome, you're very highly offended very quickly. But yeah, those. So that there's kind of a bit of a point that I'm putting on that one. Totally. So. But yeah, I'm not trying to go into a big what you call big show topic session like the one lady I know in Florida does in her sessions on certain topic, on one topic. So technically, those are her basically 10-1. She has her YouTube shows on that and that kind of stuff like that. So, of course, I'm just so you guys know, I'm a total different show. Same when it comes down to TikTok, I'm a total different show. Being on TikTok doing live cosplay, theater performances, like doing a role play, reenacting, doing the cause role play of Ernest and that kind of stuff like that, guys. That was awesome. That's just talent coming out, that kind of stuff like that, guys. That's all in fun. That's all set up. That's not real. I know there's been there's been a big scare. There was real tragedies that happened on TikTok as well. We can't mention those, but that I heard of anyways. I didn't, like I said, my For You page was blacked out. So I'm grateful I did not see anything. Totally. Or I wasn't on YouTube Live or Facebook Live to see anything, because apparently, the tragedy, the person pulled a tragedy, made a big live video out of it on TikTok. It went viral on TikTok, and the guy went live on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. And then idiots started sharing that around, trending that around, sharing that around when they were told, one, not to watch it, not to share it, not to repost it, but idiots on TikTok didn't listen. That's stuff that I have respect not to do. Just respect because of their families and that kind of stuff like that. That has to suffer and go through stuff like that. It's not always pretty. But yeah, it's like I was saying. But hopefully, if I get back into my TikTok just to get my up-to-date TikToks that I did, you know, my my earnest videos. Hope they didn't, because it's taken so long to get back uh, from my phone to come back to Surface to reset. I've been resetting it no problem, and all of a sudden it's taking a sweet time resetting. I hope I didn't lose anything. Um, you know, lose any videos, because that way I want to keep those videos as possible. You know, especially the one where I'm actually eating and chewing on paper. That's gonna be funny, totally. But I don't know. I always getting followers on I was always getting followers on Beagle, getting followers on TikTok. But when it comes to YouTube, I think people just sit there and watch YouTube. I don't think people actually follow on YouTube. Come into the chat session. Um, they sit in the boonies in the bushes. I'll tell you. And they sit back and they just like to watch. YouTube is more the people on YouTube are more of a watching crowd than YouTube is more of a watching service than anything. Um, TikTok is more of a rude commenting issue. People don't care how mouthy they get on there. I'll tell you. Um, Either in their videos or in very, you know, writing comments or putting rude, perverted comments, writing them down in the margin, and then all of a sudden they get their butts kicked off there. They get blocked. The host has to block them. Like I said, like I was saying last night with Beagle. Now you can't. Now I like everybody on Beagle is different because people on Beagle have admins that is going to kick you. You say something inappropriate down in the comment section. Once you write that dirty comment or that rude comment, an admin will get in there and kick you off that host's screen, off that host's live. So if I go live on Beagle and somebody writes a dirty name or starts threatening or starts name calling, um, or you know, saying rude comments, my admins are going to get in there and they're kind of, bye Felicia, you're right out the door. Um, they're not gonna put up a no shit show. They're gonna kick you out. They're gonna kind of kick you off. Totally. You're gonna be flying a kite very high in the sky. You'd be flying away like a little birdie. Or being flushed down the toilet, or toilet day. um, that's the way Beagle works. Um, you'd be surprised on how, like a flash of lightning, you'd be kicked. Totally be kicked. That's why I said I actually have admins on there. You know, when I go live now, I haven't gone live for a while on there, but I tell you, when I do go live, like I said, right now, I'm just waiting for if TikTok does totally go out, I'm gonna go back live Beagle. I still be live YouTube. And Beagle, yes, you can have your music. You can still have. You can really enjoy it. But the problem with Beagle is not like TikTok. If you try to do a live cosplay theater, and I did it on there, they hear the whispering. They hear the whispering. Very loud and clear. On top of the soundtrack. It's embarrassing. So, uh, you know, that is kind of give you guys kind of a word of encouragement on that one. Now I've done like they said that last New Year's, I like to like what you call song and dance on there, and I've done it on YouTube as well. Um, you know, New Year's Eve everybody loves. Also too, I've got also too on my YouTube channel, guys. I got stuff to do Canada Day or whatever. Canada Day videos. You know that people get a laugh out of, and you know I do stand up. comedy, that kind of stuff like that. Hopefully, I can get back into my phone here, so I can get before TikTok does go too low. I like to get on TikTok just to say goodbye to people, and generally, and to get my videos off there so I can get them up to Facebook. Basically, what I have, what I've done up to so far, even to the cutoff point. My phone is going to be a total prick. And I have to share them to my roommate's Facebook page. I don't have to get her phone. Totally. Okay, this one is not gonna help any. That's what I'll do. Is I'll get her phone and reload it in for now and get what I need. So share it to her Facebook page. Share everything to her Facebook page, bit by bit, and then from her page transfer it over to mine. And das is again looking at taking a shortcut, but yeah, so that way they're savable. That's not like I've always got them. But no matter what, we're going to lose them anyways, because if the same thing, I hope nothing happens to YouTube or Facebook, because if they're slowly starting with TikTok, and they think that they're going to hit all the other platforms, then eventually we're going to go back to the way it was in the 1980s and 90s when I was growing up. We'll go back to a generation no internet. Definitely. We'll be going back to the good old VCR. Back to the old ghetto blasters, back to the old cassette tapes days, I'll tell you. That's what I said. Trump is doing a lot of damage in the States. I'll tell you, he is doing a lot of damage. He's pulled this threat too with the WWE. Like he's threatened the Wrestling Association to shut them down. On several times, and as we all know, that even though that we all know that wrestling's fake, it's all a setup, it's all a storyline. That year he did that main event of WrestleMania. That was publicly announced that was not a setup, that was not a storyline trend, as they're used to. And that wasn't fake. That ended up being real. That he actually threatened the WWE Association to shut them down and bankrupt them. And you see what he's doing now. You see what he's doing with TikTok. He's literally bankrupting businesses. He is technically attacking businesses. He's attacking ByteDance. He's in China because he's racist towards Chinese people. That's why I said there's a lot of things that people disagree what he does. It's not the fact that people don't like him. It is, yeah, you get those non-likers out there too, but it is more so the fact that yes, people do like him as a human being, but they just don't like the way they don't agree, or they just disagree with what he's doing. They just don't like what he's doing. It's not the person they never said they didn't like. It is his personality. It is his power of error, or his presidency down there, that the people don't like him, what he's doing to people. Is what if you really listen to what they're saying. They're not saying, and people get on TikTok and saying, oh, they don't like this person, they don't like that person. If you really listen to their negativity videos, even, the message is right there. They're not saying they don't like the person, they're just saying they don't like what he's doing to people, and what he's doing to businesses, and how he's harming businesses and shutting things down. how he's bankrupting all these big time businesses that have put these ads out. I mean, why doesn't he not bankrupt Mark Zuckerberg? Like, guy that owns Facebook. Like, come on, guys are what? I know he can be a pain too. Because he's always getting on Facebook and trying to solicit and trying to run lottery scams. Like, those are the people they Trump should be going after, not innocent business owners. They ain't doing anything wrong. That's trying to make a living. So technically, in a way, yes, he is the real. So technically, in a way, yes, he's being the real in the issue of it all. He is the real pedophile. He's the real bully. If you want to call anybody that, call him that. Because like everyday innocent people like myself are not like that. So you guys don't ever have to worry about that. But I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that there's not people in civilian life that are like that. I'm not trying to give them, a legal rights flag or nothing like that. That, yes, I agree with. They should not legalize it as being an orientation, because it is not. Those people are just semi retarded in the head. In general, if you look at it. But yeah, like I said, that is. So again, I don't want to get into any too much what you call too many big time topics on any getting involved in politics, because then yes, definitely I will get followers like crazy, and all their opinions are going to start filling up and cluttering my comments bar, and a big powwow will break out. I tell you. It wouldn't be the first time in generally. But yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna have to. I guess I'm gonna take a shortcut. Looks like I'm gonna do that shortcut there shortly. Normally I'd be going live on TikTok. Well, it's still around, but like I said, my phone is not resetting for some reason, and I've never had a problem resetting my phone until now. I could always reset it and boom, hey, I'm able to get in there to put in my Wi-Fi code. Now it's going to act up. So, I'm going to have to get the other device. I'm going to have to put in TikTok and the other device for a bit. And I'm going to have to go into my name and offload the videos so I can get them shared up. But no matter what I do, like I said, no matter what I do, if right now, like YouTube, Facebook is not under any threat anywhere, or Instagram, but like I said, you see what's going on with TikTok. Over time, I wouldn't be surprised if YouTube is the next thing that they try to go after. The American government tries to attack and go after like they did TikTok. Once they figure their success with TikTok, they're going to try to hit YouTube. They're going to try to hit Facebook. Be pre-warned. They're going to try everything in their power to hit Twitter. All these social platforms, Skype, everything. Anything to do with social media, they're going to try to hit totally. Because now you're giving them the satisfaction of hitting TikTok. Really keep yourself on guard, guys. And it's bad enough too with all this COVID crap. There is talk that they're threatening to cancel Halloween activities, Halloween parties. This year, Halloween trick or treating. Seeing the people that normally even hand out candy at the door are refusing because of COVID-19. Are thinking about refusing the kids to hand out. That means they're threatening to darken down their doorsteps on purpose and shut their lights off so they don't have and not buy anything and risk the chance of COVID-19 or take a chance on the big crowds of kids. Because of social distancing. Their homes, they're right. There is right now this COVID-19 is damaging a lot, totally damaging a lot. It did all summer. It's still 2020. It is going to do a lot of damage until 2021 hits. That means it's possibility like Santa Claus parades are going to be canceled. Looks like. Hopefully, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. This stuff is hitting. Even the fact that it's they're threatening the Remembrance Day parade. They're threatening the Santa Claus parade. Parades, festivities, Christmas, Christmas parties, New Year's parties, that kind of stuff like that. It is all. This COVID-19 is putting everything down the shitter, totally because it's 2020, until we get out of 2020, until we get into 2021. And we don't know if 2021 is going to be any better. Hopefully it is. I hope it doesn't get any worse in 2021. I hope 2021 is nothing like 2020. And also, too, guys, this is a big throw off too, because this is the millennial year out of everything. Because the millennium year only falls on a 1, not a 0. A lot of people are confused. So when we come into a millennial year, it has for it to be considered a millennium. It has to fall on the new year has to fall on a 1. So like I said, when it fell in 2020, everybody says, "Oh, happy millennial year." It's not a millennial year. Millennial year does not ever fall on a 0 because a 0 is not a number. The 2s are a number, yes, but when we came into 2020, they're just 2s. And the 0s are nothing. Zeros are not considered a number. The millennial year, this year, yes, this December 31st, when we come into 2021, we're coming into a millennium year, into another millennial year. So the millennium only hits every 100 years, so it only hits on a 1. It has to fall on a 1 for it to be classified as a millennial. That's how science always worked in evolution. So, like I said, if you were looking at the what you call the science or the technology and the stuff, just like when we back in 2001, when that was the last millennial year we had was back in 2001, when they threatened that we were going to have the Y2K bug, was going to hit all the computers. Never happened. It was a big panic. It was a big scare. That by the time 2021 hit, there was going to be one big. No, sorry, not 2021, but 2001. When 2001 hit, there was going to be one big worldwide major blackout permanently, because the Y2K bug was going to hit. That was the rumor and trend that was going back around in 2021. No, not 2021. Sorry, 2001. Sorry, back in 2001. I can't. Sorry, sorry, guys. I'm so confused because we're coming in 2021, and I'm remembering back to 2001. So I remember that big panic, that big scare. Everybody thought, oh, the computers are going to crash, and all worldwide, the computers are going to crash, the hydro lines are going to crash, the satellites are going to crash. We want to go back to the dark ages and permanently everything. We'd be in the dark permanently for life. We'd be back to the caveman days, lighting candles on the walls. Um, you know, we would, that everything was gonna fail. All technology was gonna fail. All technology was gonna crash, and we were gonna be permanently be living in the dark, back in the dark ages with no hydro, living the good old Amish Mennonite life again. I tell you, or the pioneer, going back to the pioneer way of living. Um, I remember that year, and it never happened. Totally, but it goes to church bells. Um, Small town. What do you expect? They get annoying after a while. We kind of live with it. Um, but yeah, so like I said, those are just some topics. Like I said, if I can get my TikTok working, I'm going to take a shortcut with that TikTok. I'm going to get the other phone. Thank you guys for putting up with me, kind of doing this quick live that I normally would do on TikTok. I'm going to go get the other phone so I can offload my videos, get them up to again. What I want to do is I want to get them to my wife's Facebook page and boom, share them over to mine. Um, at least I bought them. So thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Hopefully she has no pictures in her library, because if she does, or my roommate, sorry, um, uh, um, then I technically to share this stuff over, to put stuff in, I can delete shit. Um, and not too fun, I'll tell you. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye for now. I gotta end stream here. There we go.